everybody.
Hi.
Yes, MaJeliv here. We're the Vasquez family. Today's video is brought to you by Surfshark. So thank you, Surfshark, for supporting this video. And you guys will have more information on Surfshark coming later. But for now, we're gonna jump in. Today we're gonna be watching and reacting to Marvel Studios' What If, Episode 6, Killmonger. What if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark? Last week's episode was absolutely insane. Blew our expectations. It's gonna be extremely hard, I think, to beat last week's episode. It's been the most, I think. I mean, yeah. What do you? I mean, it was.
I mean, it was impressive on a different level. I mean, the way that the story was twisted because they became zombies.
Yeah.
The Doctor Strange episode is still my favorite.
Yes.
But in terms of like the epicness and there was a lot of gore in the last episode. You know, so
Falcon
it
literally got split.
Yeah, exactly. So it did homage to the comic. I didn't read it, but a lot of you guys in the comments, but also just in general, people talking about the episode and how they loved that they kept in certain things from the comics.
Yeah.
Like with Black Panther losing his leg and stuff like that.
And we even said that there was like Walking Dead vibes, and we've seen The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And it was cool to find out that, you know, Robert Kirkman did write that limited series back in like 2005, 2006 of Marvel Zombies. So, and today's is, you know, what if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark? So what does that mean? Tony Stark never loses his, you know, does he never get the arc reactor? What does that mean for Tony?
And how does this end? Because is it going to be another depressing one?
That's kind of like, if you think about it, his Nexus event, if you will.
Yeah.
You know? So if that's interrupted...
Well, I think it's the absolute point. But if
is it though? Who knows?
Yeah, if it changes.
Because if it keeps trying to happen,
an absolute point is something that has to happen.
Yes, like Doctor Strange becoming.
So you're thinking maybe this is something that cannot be messed with?
Well, I think no. It's more along the lines that it can be messed with, because Doctor Strange is somebody that overlooks. Like he was able to see he was able to see the Watcher. He's on a different level than other people.
Yeah,
like Wanda becoming Scarlet Witch is probably an absolute point, but something like this probably isn't. I don't know. We'll see.
Very curious.
It is very curious because I mean, I think from what we understand, the Nexus point is that moment that causes a character to become who they're supposed to become. So I don't know. We're very intrigued. Let's jump in. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you.
And we hope you guys enjoy our reaction. Here we go. Let's do this.
I am the Watcher.
This guy's so mysterious. Like it's
Michael B. Jordan.
not even
he's in this episode.
funny.
Chadwick Boseman.
Wakanda.
Wakanda. We're gonna see Wakanda. Don Cheadle.
Paul
Bettany.
See, we're seeing him closer and closer every time.
This is one of the first shots they showed in the trailer, the official trailer. Just like that?
Yep. The 10 rings.
Oh,
The 10 rings, yeah. Or the music.
Yeah.
Killmonger's theme.
Heroes are not born. They're forged in darkness.
Yeah, but that's not what happens here, right?
But that's not what happened.
Defined by sacrifice.
Yep. Now he gets to stay selfish.
Wow.
Yeah, he never changes.
Oh, man.
That is not something we want to do.
Oh,
that guy's still around.
That's what he wanted, remember?
Yeah.
Whoa, what? The heck?
He's done.
Jeez.
Oh,
Man.
it's a good hook. Happy?
What if I told you you could access online streaming content from all over the multiverse with the help of today's video sponsor, Surfshark? Surfshark is a virtual private network, also known as VPN, which helps keep your online identity safe by encrypting all the information sent between your device and the internet.
Masking your IP address is essential to becoming private online. A VPN makes sure that your city, country, and download history aren't linked to your identity using top-level government tech.
This IP address encryption keeps your personal data protected from big companies or cyber criminals.
Surfshark also lets you change your virtual location, which can help you gain access to movies or TV shows that aren't available on streaming platforms in your country. As we get closer to the release of Spider-Man No Way Home in December, my family and I are really in the mood to watch some more Spider-Man on Netflix. But we can't because we live in the US and Disney Plus doesn't have the movies either.
With just a couple clicks, we were able to change our virtual location from the United States to Mexico. And after refreshing the page, Spider-Man movies showed up on Netflix alongside some other Marvel movies that are hard to find on streaming.
And that's just the beginning. Surfshark has over 3,200 servers in 65 countries, giving you the ability to surf through virtual libraries from around the world to find content that you enjoy. Surfshark VPN is extremely user-friendly. We had no trouble setting up our account, but if you do have a hard time, Surfshark makes it easy to learn with their step-by-step guide. Another thing that sets Surfshark apart for us is the ability to use one account on unlimited devices. As a family of 5 busy human beings, one account for multiple devices is extremely beneficial to our lifestyle.
We can't forget to mention Surfshark's Clean Web feature, which maximizes protection from harmful data flow by getting rid of malware, ads, trackers, and phishing, making your web experience a more enjoyable one. So whether you want to watch Spider-Man movies on Netflix or looking for a safer web experience, or both, check out Surfshark today.
Signing up is super simple and risk-free. You guys can use our exclusive code MaJeliv in all caps to get 83% off, plus your first 3 months free. So all you have to do is click the link in the description at surfshark.deal/MaJeliv.
And if you end up unsatisfied, no worries. Surfshark has a 30-day money-back guarantee policy. So, what if you could access online streaming content from all around the multiverse?
Surfshark is a pretty cool place to start.
Wise Pepper.
Yep.
Always been wise. Yeah, he's completely letting him in.
Good name.
Wow.
He doesn't need
That's
Wakanda's.
that's how Stark was though. Like just very like I can build whatever I want.
Careless.
Yeah, but getting control over Wakanda is gonna be so much easier. Remember how the whole
That's
thing
what he
about
wants.
going in was to make that army to liberate everybody so that there wasn't
Or quote unquote liberate. What he thought was liberation.
quote unquote, yeah. Because what if he's just building this to get into Wakanda? You know?
Oh yeah.
If we could miniaturize an arc reactor, well, that's an idea.
Like for what he needed.
They're gonna power it with vibranium?
Yeah, that's what he wants. Remember, that's why he wanted to get in.
This is the same place from Age of Ultron.
Yeah. It's his factory. When he still had 2 arms.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis is such a cool voice.
Oh, so great.
Is this where he double crosses them?
Yeah,
Probably.
Probably comes in. Oh!
That
Yo.
is Black Panther.
That ain't gonna fly.
No, that is T'Challa.
So that is T'Challa.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what Tony had,
Wish you didn't have to go out like this.
right?
Oh.
The heck?
Starfire is no joke. The sonic taser thing is legit. You gotta be part of the system to change the system. Nah, you can burn it down.
Oh.
Man.
The heck, man?
Wow, he's a monster.
Played out just as you predicted.
Wow, he set it up. Yeah.
Of course he did. He's Killmonger.
We gotta load up the product. The door will be here soon.
That's so
Whoa.
sad.
Oh, the
This is
parallel.
terrible.
So
And he's there.
evil.
What the heck? No one knew.
There's something I've learned in the Marvel Cinematic
His own
Universe.
creation. Is
Mhm.
Guns never work.
Yeah, guns just.
They just don't work.
He's gonna beat this thing probably.
Yeah.
Whoa. Killmonger is
Oh,
an
there it goes.
impressive warrior.
Oh.
And he kills Tony. Dude.
Dude, that's awful.
Yeah, this is a really dark episode.
We're seeing a lot more of Killmonger in this episode than we ever did in Black Panther, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's setting up the Wakandans
They're setting him up as
so
if they're
that
the bad guys.
he can just go in and do what he wants. Jeez, I've
Okay,
never
Ross.
liked Sergeant Ross ever.
General Ross.
General Ross.
in this case.
Music.
Jeez, music.
Still good. Although this is dark, music's good.
Oh my goodness.
Horrible.
Jeez,
Oh
bro.
my gosh.
It's like the Clone Wars.
Did you say like the Clone Wars?
Yeah.
Literally.
But these droids are no joke.
Yeah, but these are.
Your anime epic. Dude.
Oh my gosh, he's so like.
Ruthless.
Mm-hmm. Good word.
He's gonna pull off the same crap he did in the first Black Panther.
Man.
He's literally Palpatine. On both sides.
Yeah, sure, he's a kid.
Yeah, she's.
And I forgot that T'Challa was already Black Panther. He just wasn't king.
Right.
Yeah.
You murdered his son. Oh my gosh.
And, like, you hear the absence of his voice because he starts chanting that in Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
I know,
It's like a different battle compared to Infinity War.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's much sooner too.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
It's basically like Terminator.
Shuri's
Yeah.
the only one who's
Terrifying.
It's
like,
also like Lord of the Rings.
The heck?
oh my gosh.
Mm-mm.
It's working.
It's gonna kill him now.
You've made your uncle and
Why would he do that?
that man was a villain. Didn't trust anyone.
Oh
So
my gosh.
frustrating.
It's
I
so
didn't like
wrong.
Killmonger at first, but now I really don't like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Jeez.
absolute terror.
It's horrible, man.
Seriously.
Killmonger's a monster.
Ah. It's not
You know
something
what? He's just
you
making
deserve
his
to
own
say.
battle to show that he can.
He's like Palpatine, like Mom said.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Also, kind of like Syndrome, in a way,
Yeah.
where he's like trying to make himself the hero so they can all bow down to him.
Yeah, they can all praise him.
So he's like pretty much making this fight for himself to make him look heroic, when he's the
Yeah.
one who's been killing everyone. I don't know. I think of it is a lot like Syndrome.
Dude.
Jeez.
These shots are incredible.
So twisted.
I
very
know, he's
twisted.
like setting his
It's
scenario
epic, but
to be.
he's
The animation, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Animation is
So
absolutely impressive.
Remarkable. Yep.
Yeah, he
Just
wants to
as
be
he
like
designed it.
praised and.
Wow.
Huh.
That's the saddest part.
This is gonna have a worse ending than the
Yeah.
zombies.
I know.
You shall become the next.
Man, this.
They went through the whole ritual, but now fully in their trust. That's the worst part.
It'd be great if these spirits destroy him for everything he's done. And he does not emerge from the.
No, yeah.
And then happily ever after.
Oh, Ross.
Oh my
Safe
gosh.
To say, safe to say, I don't like Ross. For many reasons.
How did you get in here?
I'm here to help Miss Potts. But he's not the only.
Yeah, she is pretty much. a
She's so smart, dude.
Finally, the two ones with the conscious mind,
I
two women,
know.
are joining together.
Are never really gone.
Yay.
They live forever, as do the ones they inspire to carry on the fight.
So it's messed up that Black Panther, T'Challa, and Tony Stark died. It's so many people died in this one. But when
But
you
it
look
shows
at
that
the,
heroes will still emerge.
definitely a little bit brighter than the last two.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So in this one, Pepper Potts and what's her name?
Shooty.
Shooty?
Shooty, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looks like they become the dynamic duo to maybe take down Killmonger. I say maybe
he's the
because
new, I mean, not the new villain, but he's the enemy now, the common enemy.
Right. But then you also, you know what's interesting? We've been talking about how what this shows in the show, what it shows us into what we will see in the MCU, into the stories we know,
Right.
is Tony Stark, and now, I mean, I don't know how they're going to do Black Panther now that Chadwick Boseman is gone with the sequel, but if they do play with, I mean, they probably will somehow make T'Challa pass on. I'm not sure how. But if you think about it, Shuri and Potts are still alive in the MCU. So to see them come together here and for them to bring, you know, a sense of hope and a sense of new intelligence and new eyes on everything, it makes us curious and almost excited to see what they're going to do in the MCU. Because if Shuri takes the place of Black Panther, she takes that mantle, and then Potts is...
And she has a more technological intelligence to her as well.
Yeah.
So what is it gonna mean for the Kingdom of Wakanda? You know.
And for Potts being the only Iron Man figure right now in terms of what he left behind, you know, his daughter and Potts. So I'd be intrigued to see what role Potts and Shuri have in the future. So.
You guys have any other?
It's exciting.
thoughts?
I'm happy there's finally like a better ending. I mean, it still was pretty dark and a lot of, you know, crappy stuff happened in this episode, but still to show that there's still hope for a better future because of the two people that actually had the common sense and seen that something was sketchy with Killmonger. Definitely a relief from the past 2 episodes that we watched. So hopefully we'll kind of, you know, get more of a pattern of better endings because the last 2 were pretty depressing.
Yeah.
So
I love that the 2 characters that are most ignored are the ones that will most likely, very quietly, very stealthily bring down what Killmonger has started. And his pursuit to avenge his father then upgrades to, you know, becoming Black Panther. And now we have, once again, Chadwick Boseman's wise words, T'Challa's wise words, a warning.
Yeah,
a warning, because he clearly becomes Black Panther. You see him walk up to that glass looking out over
T'Challa. Yeah. His words in the past, I mean, from the zombie one to, have always been, you know, words of wisdom.
I mean, he literally made Thanos on his team.
Yeah.
Like, just the words, like, it definitely shows that. And with the pen mightier than the sword, it's really saying that words can be a lot stronger than physical harm. Or a taming of is with the words and kindness, and that's just what T'Challa and Chadwick do. They're kind and they move you with his words.
Yeah. So, how did you guys feel seeing T'Challa's mom as like the general?
Oh,
that was
fighting.
awesome.
We haven't seen that before.
Yeah, because we've never been able to see
that
fight
was
before.
that was shocking to me, but it was. I mean, it was still. I think this episode was still hard to watch. A lot of very tragic things happened, but
I mean, as a mom, like, if you lose your son, you're gonna fight for him. You know, I think it definitely showed the badassness of a mom that loses their child, and revenge.
and the warriors that were fighting. You know, the women of Wakanda are so strong.
That's one that's really cool too, is how women are listened to, I guess, in Wakanda, and see how much Pepper is being ignored. Like those parallels of how literally the women, like the soldiers and the generals in Wakanda are women, and everyone in control in America is all men. It's like that whole parallel.
It's just sometimes we have really bad habits of not listening to the women in our lives.
The wise ones in our lives.
Especially the wisdom that comes through them. I wanted to bring up also, still staying on the topic of the mom, how as much as she probably wanted to hear her daughter's warnings, the pain of losing your child, your son, your oldest son, is too hard to process. And she was able to kind of unleash her wrath.
Right, yeah.
Which is great to watch. I loved it.
I mean, Killmonger gave her a focal point of where to seek that revenge.
So it's good that the sister was emotionally and intellectually distant enough to see it, to see what was really going on. And I think one of you said it while we were watching it. Shruti is like a mix of Tony's brains and the wisdom and the wisdom of all of what Wakanda needs to be potentially the next Black Panther, which I personally would love to see.
That'd be really cool.
I do remember reading in the news that the actress, she suffered an injury on the set of filming Black Panther 2. So I don't think it was anything dire or anything like that would, but it did slow down production because obviously she's the focal point. And
from the film, right? I mean, I would be surprised if she wasn't. You know,
I mean, maybe they go that route. I don't know. It's very possible, but it has to be story driven, hopefully, most of all, and then character driven.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where that
goes.
goes.
The sense of like another person from Wakanda. They do the whole, you know. I mean, if they're really gonna go by what they built up in Black Panther, I don't know how they're gonna do it. But if they're gonna go by the book of what they built up, you know, there's got to be the ritual, the fight, you know, or the different tribes coming in to become Black Panther. And, you know, if you have another fighter that comes in and becomes Black Panther, it could easily be Shuri. Maybe she has to fight and she earns that. But I don't think she necessarily has to be Black Panther to have impact. And
Agreed.
I think that's what we're
Agreed.
seeing here is Black Panther's what made Black Panther for us, you know, for the Black Panther we know is that Black Panther was T'Challa. And clearly Killmonger is about to be Black Panther. He is now, but he's not going to be the Black Panther that we look up to, that we, you know, think is some hero.
Well, and soon enough he's gonna pay for his mistakes, because you know the spirit of T'Challa was very clear in that. Like, you can't just create these scenarios of heroism. You need to, you know, do it genuinely. And
and when he, now that he is officially like a Black Panther, Killmonger, even when he does pass and he goes on to that realm, like he was saying, like T'Challa was saying that it'll carry on with you to this world as well, you know. So it's choices that Killmonger's making, and in the end it'll end up bad for him.
Yeah, he won't
Very
pay
badly.
for it.
I firmly
Very
believe
badly,
that. Yes, it's been proven up and down history in fiction and nonfiction.
Yeah.
The pursuit of selfish gain
And power.
does not end well.
Nope.
You know, Gollum fell into the lava. Speaking of Andy Serkis, seeking the ring, and falls into Mount Doom. So
Yeah, man, it's so poetic. It's so great. We really enjoyed this one. We want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. So we love having conversations with you guys in the comments. So let us know what you thought, what you guys thought of the characters, of the action, the way it all played out, and what you guys hope to see, or if you know what we're gonna see next week. Maybe there's little talks here and there about what we might see next week. But thank you so much for joining us today. And again, before we close, you guys can use our exclusive MaJeliv code, all caps MaJeliv, to get 83% off your Surfshark subscription, plus 3 extra months free added on to your subscription. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. You guys can click that link in the description. You good?
Yeah.
You guys can click the link in the description. And have a MaJeliv day. Go out there, spread your light, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.